belly buttons and nipples. So that's what I saw, guys, when I picked up the energy behind your cards, Capricorn, which is very weird, but it also gives me a vibe of like your origins, right? So like your mother, you breastfeed using your nipple, and then you also, the belly button is connected to the navel, is connected to the mother. There's a sense of your ancestry. There's a sense of the people where you came from, your genetics. And then let's look at the cards on the board. We've got Seven of Swords, though. So there's a sense of being deceived about maybe where we came from. So maybe some of you guys are, adopted, or there's some sort of question as to where you came from, who the father is, or maybe your ancestry, who your ancestors are. Maybe some of you guys are running one of those Ancestry.com tests, and you're finding out, whoa, I'm not actually 50% German at all. I'm, 75% Portuguese, whatever. There's a sense of questioning the origins of our ancestry, whether that's genetic or maybe even spiritual. Let's pull more cards and find out. All right, so we got the High Priestess coming out. Maybe this is just about your spiritual ancestry, but the High Priestess also just talks about your intuition. So this could be like an intuition that you have. It's like, well, you know what? I don't look like him at all. Maybe we're not related, right? They don't look anything like one another. Maybe this is about two people that you're watching and you're like, you know what? I don't think they're actually related. Maybe there's a question about whether this is true, about whether you're really the father. Maybe they're not the father. Maybe this is like a Maury episode and they are not the father, or at least that is the inquiry. That's the question at hand. Let's go ahead and pull oracle cards and see if we can find out any more about this. On the bottom, though, is the Ace of Swords, so it seems like it's true. I think that the information is true. We're finding out true information about deceit, about past misinformation. Okay, and that is why it's coming off as deceit, is because we're finding out the truth now, and it wasn't the truth before. Okay, let's see what we get out of the oracle. Tell me more. What's going on here with Capricorns? Why is this a Maury episode? Now, here's the other thing I just thought of. Maybe you guys are pregnant. Maybe you are pregnant right now. And there's a question as to who the father is, right? Or maybe someone is pregnant and you're questioning who the father is of that kid too. I'm just thinking of possible scenarios to how this could manifest for you. What we have on the board? We have Mercury and Venus. Interesting. It's like Venus is the way somebody looks. Somebody could look pregnant. Somebody could just look like somebody else or not look like somebody else. And then that's why the gossip. That's why the subject of conversation, Mercury, it's because of the appearance, Venus. So there could be, like I said, a discrepancy with regards to the look. Let's see what else there is. See, I feel like some of you guys want a final answer. So look at this. We've got Libra. Libra is a yes or a no. There's no in between with Libra, right? There's only the yes side and the no side, and you guys want a clear-cut answer. It's like, am I 50% British? Am I, part Nigerian? Or is he the father? Is he not the father? You guys want to know, and this is almost like taking a paternity test. This is almost like getting that DNA test, submitting it, because we've got the Tower with the bridge. The bridge is a facilitator, so that would be Ancestry.com provides the bridge so that you can get a clear yes or no, right? So whatever the administrator of the test is, that's the bridge. And then the Wizard's Tower is both knowledge and the future, so it's finding out. It's just finding out the information that you have an inkling that, maybe this is false, maybe this is fake, maybe this has been wrong this was wrong, and now we're trying to get it right. Okay, let's pull some advice and see what comes out for advice. I don't know. Let's see. Any advice here for Capricorn regarding this spread? Any advice? Okay, so the advice that's coming out now is saying don't jump the gun. And don't jump to conclusions until you get the sheet, until you get the paternity test, right? Don't jump to conclusions and don't assume anything. That's Four of Pentacles with the Four of Swords until justice, which is just this, again, the scales, right? The yes or no, until you literally have a clear-cut yes or no. Don't jump to conclusions. And it's because the result is not as bad as it seems. So it just doesn't, it's not the worst case scenario. It's not the worst case scenario, whether or not that means that, they are the father, they're not the father, I'm not sure. This is just saying it's not your worst case scenario that you're imagining. On the bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Pentacles. It's kind of like saying, take a practical approach. Like, don't take an emotional approach. Be practical about this. Don't assume until you have evidence. That's what this is saying. Let's see what we get out of the Oracle cards, and then we will close out your reading. Any last advice here for my Capricorns? Any last advice, please? It's funny because you have to wait. It's like one of those things, like you submit, you do a buccal swab, you submit it into the lab, and there's no choice but to wait. You have to wait until you get the results. There is nothing you can do. Taurus, all you can do is sit and twiddle your thumbs until the Ancestry.com test results come in, or the paternity test comes in, or whatever it might be that is the thing that's giving you the clear-cut yes or no. You can't do anything. You may as well just, I don't know, sit there and think about something else, because there's just nothing you can do until that moment. On the bottom, we have the Cup. Okay, the Cup is good. The Cup is actually it's gratitude. It's kind of like be grateful for whatever it is that your situation is. Apply that, this is a very general statement. Be grateful for whatever it is, wherever it is that you're at right now. Be grateful with regards to what you think may or may not be a deceit or have been wrong in the past. You should still be grateful for whatever it is that it is. Like, let's say you expect it to be Portuguese, but you're not. You're German. It's like, be thankful. You're German. You have genetics at all. You're on this planet, Okay, so the cards on the board. We've got Mercury. We've got, again, the Bridge and the Wizard's Tower coming out. I swear I shuffled. So, the advice here is saying, take the test, go through with finding out the clear-cut yes or no answer so that you can move on. So that you can just kind of like, this is just about having closure. This is just about having closure and just knowing where you came from and where you're going, and that brings closure to the subject. All right, I think that's it, Capricorn. I hope that made sense. Let me know how this is relevant for you. I'd love to know what's going on with you guys. And with that, I think that's going to be your reading. So I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to follow the channel and subscribe. And also check out Patreon. Links for that should be below.